EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a play fake. Lance. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Malone, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They throw it out right, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, 30 yards. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had. Piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title. And they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella? Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center. And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Again, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them. Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1.
Okay, ready? Check you!
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's got some space here.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And his throw here's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Christian McCaffrey.
30 yards.
And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Looking to throw. Malone, open man, he completes it to Judy. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Malone, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Operating from the gun. Malone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Here's Walker.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use it. Let him pave the way.
Without a doubt, he's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Lance to throw it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Caleb Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensive, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Steps away.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Hey, check me.
To throw again on second down. Lance, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Lance now on first down.
His throw incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And it's second down.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing again on second and 10.
Lance. That is caught by Lamb.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Lance now to throw.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes.
And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
try and get the running game going with Elliott. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath, sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. On 3rd and 2, Malone. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. On 1st down, Malone. He'll find Metcalf. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
10 cycles.
The Lance going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This is the tight end Fant. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Malone. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys' offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From midfield, here's Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Ready.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Now Lance. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Lance looking to throw it.
This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this wild card game, folks, it has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, so they know they need at least 3 on this incredibly critical drive as they start out 1st and 10.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And some room to roam now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, Malone firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw on 2nd down. Malone over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Trucks over him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 67 yards. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Malone. And Diggs has it.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously,
and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end of their season here in this wild card round. Nothing. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
52. Shot, 17.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Stiff-armed him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 234 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Come on, set.
And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, get to the wild card game. Check. Got